The national conversation is returning to health care as a constitutional challenge to the Affordable Care Act makes its way through the federal court system. Washington Senator Maria Cantwell was in Spokane today to show her support for the law. KXY4's Caroline Rourke working for you with what the senator had to say.
This challenge to the Affordable Care Act, filed in a Texas federal court, says recent legislation invalidates core provisions of the ACA, commonly known as Obamacare, and could deem the whole act unconstitutional. In its own brief, the Department of Justice didn't go as far as to say that, but it did say it would not defend the ACA against parts of this challenge. It pulls the health care debate back into the spotlight, a year after repeated attempts by congressional Republicans to repeal parts of the long-contested law, and just a few months before the midterm elections. Much of the discussion has surrounded protections for pre-existing conditions, and that's what Senator Maria Cantwell was at MultiCare Deaconness Hospital this morning to talk about. In a press conference, members of the Spokane community shared their experiences with the Affordable Care Act, like North Central High School sophomore Jake Sataki, who has type 1 diabetes.
I was told about all the things I would have to deal with over my entire life, but what I was not told about was how much type 1 diabetes would cost to my family.
According to the Department of Health and Human Services, 130 million Americans under the age of 65 have a pre-existing condition. Senator Cantwell pointed to their stories during her turn at the podium.
We're going to do everything we can to defend it. We're going to do everything we can to stand by the healthcare community here in Spokane and say it works when you give people access to care.
Senator Cantwell says she and her Democratic colleagues are preparing a Senate resolution to intervene in federal court in defense of pre-existing condition protections. In studio, Caroline Rourke, KXOY4 News.